Welcome, everybody. We're live. A little bit late, maybe a couple minutes, but we are live. Yeah, we're gonna pick off where or we're gonna start where we left off. That's what I wanted to say. I have to clean my brushes. Give me just a second. Yeah, how is everybody doing? Good evening, everybody. I hope you're chilling, maybe painting as well. We are gonna do some more true metallic metal today. So my plan is to add some battle damage here and there. We are at the finishing touches. There's not that much left, and then we can start exploring new parts of the model. There are not that many left, but still a couple. Okay, I'm gonna switch. Gonna switch scenes and music, and then we're good to go. What are we gonna listen to? All right. Here we go. Thanks for the follow, mate. I have to open my dashboard still. I knew I forgot something. War Fanatic, welcome to the stream. If you're having a nice evening. How are you doing, man? I'm doing fine. I'm pretty good. Had a more stressful day, more work, more stuff I didn't really expect, but we got through it. I was really looking forward to getting this going. Oh, we really got to change the sheet here on my palette. Oh, some break from painting. Looking forward to see the orc. Well, let me at least show the guy. Yeah, we did a little work on him. I'm most happy with the TMM. I'm not 100% pleased with the skin. There's still stuff to do, but it's alright so far. I also want to redo the eyes and the goggles and other stuff. This thing started as a practice piece. And now, it was a test model first, then it became a practice piece, and now it is an actual model that I'm painting. It's not built perfectly, so there are some gaps here and there. Sorry, I'm still adjusting a little bit. What's up, man? Knoten auch am Start. Pointless, post the Discord. Join the Discord, guys. We got a couple people there now, building a little community. You can post your work in progress or your finished project there. I also have a channel that's called Live Review. I feel bonita, indeed. Yeah. There's a live review channel in there, and you can post your stuff, and I will look at it at the end of the stream. I forgot last stream, and I forgot the stream before, but please remind me to look at it. I will remind myself as best as I can. I have to adjust the sound levels a little bit. If music is too loud or anything, let me know. Yeah, we have to adjust this sheet. There's still paint on there. That always sucks when you have to throw away good paint. But we are really running out of space here. Where's my texture tool? Dude, I'm so badly organized today. All my stuff is all over the place. Doing the dishes. That sounds great, man. Yeah, I have to do the dishes too. I have to stream today. Oh, you're gonna paint some iron drawers? Using some new recipes or trying some new stuff out? And also, oh, nice. Yeah, try it out. Try it out, see if you like it. I mean, there are a lot of stages in there. I would try it once completely, and then you see how well it works for you. Let me see how the focus of the palette is. Since we are still doing some battle damage, I'm gonna focus on this part of the palette. Still pretty watery, our brush. We're mixing Abaddon Black with some Rhinox Hide to just give the very deep recess shade some warmth, especially at these oily, grimy metal parts. That was the goal. And we haven't finished it yet completely. So we are still looking around, looking for things that we can still pronounce a little bit. Oh yeah, we did the leg yesterday. It's pretty good. Maybe on his glove. Can add some scratches here and there. I'll in focus pretty much. Let me readjust one time because this is very, very finicky and hard to see sometimes. Yeah, the one I gave you. Try it out. Just see how you like it, and especially how the end result is looking. It's a really great recipe. It's just a little bit tedious. But if you get the base coat down, the rest is fun. For me, only the Avalanche Sunset base coat was just soul-wrecking. And at the time I painted my iron drawers, my airbrush was broke down on me, so I had to do it all by hand on 5 of them, and it was grueling. So, yeah. Don't really want to do that again. With an airbrush, sure, but by hand, oh my god. I think we're kind of good on the metal. We did most of it yesterday, so we don't have to go crazy today. What I want to do is add some battle damage to the brass bits. I can add some scratches here and there. To be honest, I looked at the box art and there's still... I threw away the paint. I knew it was a mistake. Yeah, I looked at the studio paint job and I forgot some bits. For example, that little pipe he's standing on, that should be brass. Then there is a little bit here. That should be metal. And I think this should be brass as well. Let me see real quick. Let's have a look. Oh no, this bit is some a blood tube. Then we have the brass bit and we have that little metal bit we forgot. So we have to adjust that. Okay. Let's not forget to switch the scene. Yeah. Let me see if I can still save that little sheet of... Oh yeah, I think we're lucky. Yeah, don't do this at home. Just returned it from the graveyard. So we need some brass. Oh yeah, it's the right brush. I for a second I was really scared I used my good brush. But no, it's my metallic brush anyways. So we can rack it even more. Let's pick out these final parts and then we should be good finally. The coverage isn't as good because the paint is a little bit older. And what I've noticed is that after a while, those wet pellets kind of drain the medium out of the paint. And when you stir it up again, it behaves differently. It just behaves differently. It doesn't flow as smoothly. The coverage can get a little worse. Oh yeah, and we had another pipe. Right here. Yeah, our coverage is kind of poor now. I hope you can see. I'm waiting until the paint dries, so I'm not tearing apart this freshly painted surface. And we go back to the little tube. Yeah, but War Fanatic, if you're still here, I'm really happy to see you in here. Hope you enjoy the stream. I really like your work, man. Making sure to catch all these different angles of these bits. It's very easy to miss an angle, and then you want to start shading and you forgot to paint half of it. Happens to me all the time, actually. You can see how golden this brush is compared to the shaded and highlighted end result. That shows just how much we changed the original base code to what we wanted to have. Oh yeah, to fully activate Twitch affiliate, which I am now. It's actually really great news. I got the email maybe 2 hours ago that I got invited to the affiliate program. And I still have to do some two-factor authentication stuff. But I already activated it. And it's asking me to add it again. And somehow I don't receive any messages on my phone. It's super weird. I gotta figure this stuff out. But yeah, we are basically invited, and I only have to update this stuff. But they sent me a code 2 times. I didn't receive it. And I tried again, and then it told me, yeah, you ask too often, blah, blah, blah. And now we have to see. I don't know how often you can try. Otherwise I have to contact Twitch staff or anything support. I think it's because this account is a little older and maybe something got messed up. It's not a new account. Some taxing? So far, maybe it's the next step. I don't know about it, but maybe it's the next step. It first asks me to add two-factor authentication, but I already use it. So if I log in, I get a code on my phone. That is two-factor authentication. So I'm not sure why it asks me to add it again. And also I have to activate it in my account, but it's already active. Kind of weird, man. But I'm so happy we got invited, and the other stuff we're gonna figure out. We're gonna figure that stuff out. And I also have to make sub badges, guys. I have to make sub badges. Don't know if you knew, but I'm a graphics designer in real life. So I got the ability to create some graphics. And maybe you notice this little Space Marine guy. I can show you. This guy that you have, is it there or there? I can't even see right now. Yeah, but you see it. And I kind of want to turn this guy into some badge. What you think, guys? Chat. A graphics thing for you? Yeah, probably. Just tell me what you need and I can see if I can help you out. But yeah, that's my profession. Because it isn't that easy to earn money with miniatures. You can do it for sure, but commission painting is pretty brutal. I did that for a while. If you get like some customers who really want display quality and they're willing to pay for it, then it can be decent. But most of the time, people don't want to spend that much money on their models, and I can't blame them. Who can pay a couple thousand bucks for an army? You can only do that if you have the funds. And there's a lot of competition out there as well. It looks pretty awesome. Yeah, just send me the picture. I take a look at it. I can't promise anything, but I will have a look at it and I will have a go at it. I'm just not promising anything because I'm so busy right now. It's hard to find time for anything. I have a bunch of stuff to do that I'm just procrastinating for way too long. But yeah, just send it to me. Sometimes I have like a creative outburst and I might be able to create something there. Maybe I can do it when I do my own batch at the same time. When I'm already going at it, it's way easier than starting. Starting is always the hard part. With everything, with painting miniatures, anything. Working out, always the first day is the hardest. Okay, those brass bits look okay-ish. Little, some tiny spots here and there. It should be good. It still gets shaded, so it's pretty good. What I like to do is little Space Marine sketches. I do a lot of them. It's just something I kind of do. I don't know why, but I always sketch little Space Marines. Little derpy ones. And it fits the theme of the channel. It's pretty basic, doing a Space Marine. But I think a memey little derpy Space Marine can be cool. I like it. Okay, next would be the metal. Just this little bit here. Using some lead belcher, just base coating. Give me a sec. Even though I like this music, I need something chill right now. I need to concentrate a little bit. Let's try this. Yeah. Base coat this, and then we can start shading. All right, you guys. Think that's good, right? What is this? This is another part. I'm going crazy. This cannot be. I feel like there are growing more parts. Oh, it's a blood tube anyway, so as long as it is not metal, I'm fine right now. Okay. Let's buff up that. That paint is pretty thick and almost glue-like now. But I feel it's good enough. I don't want to throw it away now. Just buffing up that brass a little bit, like we did before. You can still go back to the other streams and have a look. These VODs will be online, I think, 14 days, 2 weeks now as affiliate. So they're gonna stay up a little bit longer. I'm not gonna save these VODs. I'm not gonna upload them anywhere. So this is basically your chance to have a look if you're interested in any of these recipes or parts that are painted already. At some point I'm gonna upload stuff to YouTube or maybe different formats. Yeah. It looks like gray paint by now. Look at this. That is Ironbreaker. It looks like Ashen Gray or something. Just because it's kind of dried up. Yeah, what is this? I need some new. Some gray mess. Ironbreaker. I was thinking, I was listening to the VOD, and when I use my vortex shaker, it's so loud. I might just mute myself real quick. My hotkey isn't working right now. That's why I gotta do it a little bit awkwardly. All right. You still got the pot opening ASMR. Now I need my texture tool that I was looking for earlier. Let me see. I had it earlier as well. One second. I found it already. It wasn't very far. Let's go. We just need a tiny bit. And that's what I like to use the texture tool mostly for. It's just getting paint out of the pots. Use it like a little spoon. It saves you a lot of money. Because leaving the pot open while painting is absolute no-go for me. That gives me anxiety, leaving the pot open while painting. Getting the inside as well. Buffing this up even more now that we got actual Ironbreaker on the palette. I can feel it right away how the coverage is a million times better. That's pretty good. I think we can start shading already. It's just a couple very small parts. So, yeah. So for shading, we use Reichland, Flash Shade, and Seraphim Sepia. I don't use, sorry, I'm out of frame. I don't use gloss for any particular reason, but I can't find my regular Reichland, so it is what it is. Please don't hyperventilate when I dip my brush into the shade. It's my used up workhorse brush anyway. It's pretty messed up already. All right. And to be honest, I don't know if you ever tried or noticed, but using gloss shade on metallics is kind of sick. It's kind of sick. Just very carefully placing these pigments. We don't need to add a lot of wash here, a lot of shade. Just changing the hue slightly with each layer until we reach that reddish golden look. Going all around here. I want to have a tiny bit of shade between his foot and the pipe. It always looks very well when you have a little transition between two parts like this. Still not dry. Waiting a little bit longer. We can, here or there, even improve the shading on some other parts. I want to emphasize these shades a little bit more. They are a little bit flat. And I said a little bit often. Also some shading down here, a tad here. Just breaking off these boring textures when it's just one color. When you can add a little gradient or a little shade at the bottom mostly, it creates a very nice effect. Also placing this blob of shade in the top left corner creates some interest. And I don't want to move the model around too much because it's still gonna move sometimes. But now I think it looks nice. Moose, evening sir, have you ever tried any of the various brands of clear transparent acrylics? You mean like Express Color, Speed Paint and Contrast? This line? Yeah, good evening sir, thanks for joining the stream. I have used them, if that's your question. I don't want to build too much tension here. Yeah, I have contrast paints, I use speed paints and Express. Those are the 3 paint lines that I have tried so far. Maybe we can even emphasize like you would paint NMM. You emphasize a little part here and shade it stronger than the rest, so it feels like a reflection. A tiny reflection. Over time, I found more and more fun in painting true metallics. Before, I always liked them, but they still were a mystery to me. And as intriguing as mysteries can be, it can always also be very frustrating if you don't find the secret. But over time I got closer, I feel, and now I like my true metallics way more than a while ago. Never give up. This shade has more Reiklin in it than before. I didn't prepare it exactly like I prepared it before. I did a roughly 1-to-1, and it is a little bit more red-ish. Gonna add some more. Don't forget the new parts that we just base coated. Because of the gloss, it still feels wet, but it's not wet anymore. I don't believe it. And we will have to add a deep shade. I'm thinking about Mornfang brown, maybe Scrag brown, and maybe Rhinox Mornfang 1-to-1. Some warm shade. Shagoon! Welcome, sir. I hope you're having a great evening. Stream quality is great. I love to hear that. I've been tweaking and adjusting settings so much, so that makes me happy to hear that. It took me so long to get the settings vaguely where I wanted them to be. Shagoon, my man. I hope the faces are coming along well for you. As you can see, I'm still working on true metallics, being slow. But I can't stop myself refining and adjusting and reworking. You might know what I'm talking about. They label them transparent. They are really good. They are advertised as to be used to create a very quick base coat. You prime your model white or ivory, and anywhere along those lines, a bright base coat, and then you just add one layer of this contrast paint or express paint, and all of a sudden it's base coated. And yeah, it works. It works for sure. And if you do dry brushing and stuff, you can get an army together pretty quickly. But there are more uses to it. You can mix it with actual paint. You can use it as a filter, like what I'm doing right now. You have a golden base coat or a brass base coat, and you can thin it down with contrast medium or with the medium that you need for your range. And then you can make it even more transparent. I mean, both can be really great, Muzz, I think. But I like true metallics as well. They are harder than what people think. They are easy to get into, but very hard to master. And I feel like non-metallic is kind of hard to get into and also hard to master. There are some easy approaches and some techniques, but you have to understand light in a different way. But then if you do all these intricate shading and stuff, you have to know where to place your shades as well, a little bit at least. Not as much as with non-metallics. At least that's my impression. And I haven't been painting that much non-metallic elements so far. At some point I have to do a model where I'm exclusively painting non-metallic. Would be fun to just see how far I can push it. Still feels very yellow overall here. More yellow than the other part, so I have to buff it up a little bit more. Yeah, thank you so much, Pointless. Yeah, I appreciate the follow for sure. If you haven't followed yet, I'm gonna be on more often. I'm really looking to make this a regular thing. I've been streaming a lot. I really have been streaming a lot lately. I plan to do 2 to maybe 4 streams a week, and currently I'm going like 5 to 6 streams a week. You get there, man. When I started painting, I watched, or before I even got into it, I watched a ton of tutorials to get an idea. And then when I had to paint my first model or my first models, I was totally overwhelmed. And none of these things that I've learned really helped me. Maybe they did, and I'm just not remembering right, but I was confused for sure. It needed a while to get me going. My first model, I have to show it on stream at some point. My first model was just very messy. And in a way, it wasn't even my first model because I repainted this stuff so much that you could call it my third model even though it was the same model. Yeah, I need the deep recess shade to separate all these parts. There's a lot of shininess in the recesses, and it feels like they are just overlapping a little bit. I hope that's what the recess shade will fix. They feel different than what I did before. Maybe I did way more shading. Must be. They feel more golden, more yellow. That what happens when you don't do everything at once. But I also think it's edge highlighting with silver that pushes it higher. Yeah, that's a huge glob of glaze medium. I use this stuff, and it's a huge pot, so you tend to be even more wasteful than you should be. We're gonna drop some aluminium on the palette and see how it looks after the highlight. Maybe I can shade more after if it's still too yellow or too bright. Oh, it's only medium. I'm not gonna mute myself, so this is my vortex shaker, I swear, guys. So chat, what are you painting? Are you painting? Are you just chilling? Did you grab your brushes today? Like, did you brush your teeth today? Did you teeth your brush today? Nah, man, I don't feel that. I feel it's too yellow. It feels like a different material. I've got that stuff. Tend to put it on a little tray thing I have. It goes off, dries, even on a wet palette. Yeah, it just dries. What I feel is that the sponge drains out the medium out of the varnish and paints as well. So it just leaves the product. Yeah, War Fanatic is in here as well. Was happy to see him. So we're gonna use a little bit more of the shade to hopefully get it closer to the parts I already did. I don't know why I'm so off on the hue. I don't think that I used anything different. Hmm. We gotta deal with it. Anywho. Oh yeah. Great for hiding the shiny bits on decals, yeah. Something I learned for decals from Darren, not directly, but from his YouTube videos back in the day, is that kind of sanding the decals with a more textured brush. This wouldn't be the right brush, but you just go over it again and again from different angles, and this kind of unifies the surface as well, even after varnishing. It's a neat little trick. Project from Annecy. Ooh. Oh, it's a collaboration. That sounds interesting. Yeah, I tried. I used it on my ultramarines a lot. It was just a tip directly from Darren, and I thought it was very interesting. Warhammers too. Looking forward to what you're gonna paint next, War Fanatic. Always like your posts. You just primed some Tau Pathfinders? I mean, do you want to go for anything official or some homebrew? Some homebrew color scheme? I haven't painted that much Tau. I painted one Fire Warrior, but it was very fun, and I was thinking about painting more. You're welcome, man. You're welcome. You're talking to me, Shagun, my project, or you're talking to War Fanatic? Sorry. I got lost here a little bit. Oh, entire kit? That's crazy. That's a nice Christmas present. Ah, gotcha. I had to explain it. Explain to him it takes long. Yeah. Painting an entire squad, holy hell. For some people, it's like, yeah, on a weekend I paint that army. Like my neighbor, where I live, my neighbor, he paints so much. It's so fast. He goes on a lot of tournaments and he has to paint these armies super fast. Of course, it's a battle ready standard and stuff, but it's still impressive to me. I always find this impressive. Yeah. Yeah, I'm all about painting too, Muzz. I play too, but rarely. I think the last time I played is almost a year ago. Is my boy Strepp in the chat? Yeah. Probably about 6 of the 10 figures, and personally, I would give him I would give the kid a brush and some paints with a smile. Lol. Yeah, that's the way to go. Oh, this brush is so messed up. Oh, there he is. Yo, what's up? What is up? Good to see you, man. I happily remember when I was a little kid, my cousin used to paint his models on a tray set in front of the TV. I was too young to paint, but I was fascinated. Do you guys remember what got you into Warhammer and how old you were? I mean, I can tell my story. Maybe I told it to you already. One of my childhood friends, his father, he was a competition painter. And in their living room, they had all these shelves with amazing dioramas. Orcs charging down a cliff, everything hyper realistic, painted absolutely to perfection. At least my eyes saw it this way. They looked perfect to me. And I couldn't stop watching at all these. And he had a set of 3 Chaos Knights, like painted so well. True heavy metal for back in the day. That's what they looked like to me. And I remember standing in front of those shelves and thinking, I want this too. I want to have this too. I want shelves that look like this. And that got me into it. And I remembered that his father even let us base coat stuff. So he would give us a couple of footmen, a couple of long swords or whatever he had to be base coated, and we just base coated some silver and stuff. And then I bought my first kit when I was a starter kit when I was, I think, 13 or 14. And I totally messed it up. The marine looked so horrible. Okay, I wanted to shade the metal part. The tiny little metal part. Great story, mate. You must have been so inspired. What a great What a treat seeing such great painted miniatures. Man, it inspired doesn't even isn't even the right word. I was absolutely flabbergasted. It wasn't just, oh, your dad paints nice stuff. No, I was glued to these shelves. Was just so close looking at them. I was like, how is this even possible? What is this? And some stuff he had in a cabinet, like in a closed cabinet, and was just sitting in front of there. I was trying to look him up. His last name was Peterson, but I wasn't able to find him, at least in Golden Demon. Was sure this guy had to have done Golden Demon. His stuff was so perfect. But so far, I wasn't able to find his work. I wanted to see it again with new eyes. But maybe it's good that I don't see it, that I have it in my head as this glorified paint jobs that I kind of chase. To be honest, I kept chasing this, and even nowadays, I try to get that feelings that I had back then, this magical aura that it all emanated, and I'm trying to catch that again for some reason. When I was 20, I saw it for the first time. A battle between two friends, and I was thinking, what on earth is this shit they are playing? Later, 5 years ago, I subscribed to Mortal Realms after building a tank and enjoyed it. I was 20, 19 years ago. When I started painting, everything was metal. Yeah, I remember metal models way more. His father, that I was just talking off, he had a ton of tin or metal models. That's where the phrase heavy metal comes from, right? Or am I wrong about this? Because they painted heavy metal. Oh, yeah. You mean Conquest and stuff, yeah? They are amazing. It's so cheap. If you add it all up, if you would buy those boxes individually, you would pay like 4 or 5 times the amount than just subscribing. But of course, it's a commitment. You're gonna pay for the entire series. You're gonna pay like $300 to $500, depending on which model you choose. But you get so much. You get different armies. You get orcs, space marines, Necrons, Chaos. I don't know what they have this time around. Now you spent more than UK in 5 years. Alright, I'm kind of lost. Just been reading chat for a little bit. Sorry guys for not really that I'm not really painting. But I enjoy hanging out with you, having some chit chat. slipped up a little bit there, but the brush, the bristles are splitting on me. So it makes it kind of awkward. Milbors, what's up? Man, we gotta look at your stuff later on. I saw it already. It's amazing, but we're gonna have a look together later. Before I head off to my evening, we're gonna have a look at Discord. Really liked your contributions there. Amazing stuff. This is one of the biggest lessons for painting edge highlights, in my opinion. And if you take a look at it from the front, they all look very, very clear, very crisp, I guess. But once you turn them around, I painted this one, I repainted this one, but that's kind of hard to see because it's not enough to just paint one edge one time. It's like changing perspective and looking for the edge being visible from every angle. So sometimes you have to paint an edge like 3 times from different angles to really get the full effect. Otherwise you will only see them from one perspective. Also seems very obvious, but it took me a while to realize. Sketch something. I like ball pens. Just regular pens. And I also like to sketch in a very small format. Maybe that's why I like to paint miniatures too. I've rarely shown my old illustrational work from back in the day. Gotta do this at some point as well, because that's most of my art career. Also sketching. Yeah, absolutely, Shogun. Yeah, silver angles, sometimes it's just something that came to me at some point, and it sounds like the biggest revelation of them all. That's not what it is, but to me, it was a leap that got me some understanding why I disliked my own work. And of course, I still do sometimes in certain areas and in general or whatever. But this helped me so much to look at it from different angles and look if it's still visible. And adding another line from a different angle doesn't mean that the highlight itself has to get so much thicker. Mostly it's just adding a little bit of pigment or reflection to the angle, and all of a sudden when you turn the miniature it looks nice from every angle. Of course you have to check every angle. It can be super tedious, but it's worth it, I think. I started doing it just recently. Also the lower one, if I turn it, yeah, I see it, but I painted it having him upside down, and I just ran across the edge, and it feels like, okay, I painted the edge, I'm done. But once I turn it around, it's not visible anymore. It's gone. And all of a sudden it doesn't even count because you can't see it. It was an easy angle, so I did it, but in the end it really didn't give me anything. So I'm going back in again and try to pick out that edge from a different angle. Hopefully making it more visible. But then my brush is clogged up. I did a really bad job explaining it. But you got my point. Are you going to highlight the edges only, or do you some highlights on the planes? I mean sketching a miniature. Oh, if you have to do it, but it's somehow worthless, or at least not worth the effort. So yeah, I do that stuff on more volumetric highlighting as well. Even with shading, I do it with shading. I have like a base coat, which is your mid-tone when you're painting. It's a mid-tone. You know, I know you know that stuff, but and from there you go. You tone it down with the shading. I have some volumetric metal highlights on there. I buffed it up. It's not like painting fine arts or anything, but on the skin, it's more like illustrational or fine art painting. Of course, it orients itself a lot on the edges because the edge is going to be bright and the recess is going to be dark. But you can still make more stuff happen. On this one, I'm not too happy with the skin, to be honest. I'm not looking for excuses, but this was a test model for Ork skin. I painted the iron jaws. I got on my Instagram as well. And this was the test model for the recipe for the skin. And I never aimed to have it look super great. It was just a test. And now I'm trying to make it better. What did you say? I can probably post a few on Discord before the end of stream. Okay, do that. I'd love to see them. It's always worth the effort, as you never know who is viewing the model. And if you're entering competitions, you never know what they're going to zone in on. I mean, yeah, if you're doing competition like Golden Demon, you have to paint every angle from every direction because they're going to turn it around, they're going to flip it on its head, they're going to look in every nook and cranny, they're going to pick it apart. And that's why some people are surprised that they didn't place higher, because maybe they didn't paint in his armpit perfectly. And they're going to deduct points for that. Late fam. Yep. Okay. What were we even doing? We were highlighting a little bit. I got distracted by highlighting from different angles on his claw. But it feels so different. If you do it from different angles, it feels different when you move around your miniature. It has more volume, kind of. The late fam. Yeah, I mean, I'm 36 by now. My family is gonna be late for sure. So, yeah, works. Yeah, I agree with you, Milbers. It's a different objective that you go for. When I do 2D art or fine art or anything, I paint differently. I don't paint like I paint here. I paint like this because I want the miniature to look like this. I want the stuff that's on the box in my shelf, on my shelf. That's what I want. I want the original. I don't want something else. That's why I paint like that. I want that heavy metal style. I want to have these miniatures look like that. I could paint them totally differently. Totally differently. With OSL and whatever. Maybe super artsy with like fancy brush strokes. I could do way different stuff, but I want to have them look like studio paint jobs. For me, Warhammer is all about execution. It's not that much about. Of course, recipes are super interesting, and finding a new recipe that works is super exciting and stuff, but it's 90% execution and precision. That's what I enjoy about this stuff. And it's very it's like meditating to me. It's relaxing. I wanted to add some battle damage. Sorry, I'm super unproductive today. I'm very slow painting. But yeah, I enjoy the conversation. Maybe I'm gonna add some Mornfang to make it a little warmer. Ignore my super messy palette here. That's what my palettes look like usually at the end of a paint job, when I'm almost finished. Then everything turns to an absolute asshole. Let me focus. I'm super blurry here. Sorry, guys. Sorry, chat. I've never painted a bust. I never painted a large scale thing. But I told Chad yesterday that I bought a McFarlane Ork. Huge thing. And I want to paint that at some point. That would be super fun. Would look great on my shelf as well in the background. Once I got better lighting going on, I added that little globe thing today. Thought it looked cute. Turned it purple because this is my first stream where I got invited to Twitch affiliate program. Haven't completed the settings there, but should be soon be available. Very excited about that. Yeah, I messed that up. Way too thick. I shouldn't be using this brush as well. But now I'm doubling down. Like idiots always do. I don't like that. We have to roll with it. I have to show this thing to you guys. One sec. I have to show it. Yeah, it's this thing. A big mega knob. I could paint his face. He has some big iron jaw. It's an artist proof, so it's gray already. That thing could be pretty fun. That could be fun. I'm gonna use my real brush now. Don't want to use that messed up one. Do it! At some point. At some point. I'm gonna do it late. Oh, it does. Punctuation, grammar, yeah. Still looking for the right consistency here. Okay, that is better. Wind focus? I hope so. I'm not gonna add highlights to this to these scratches. I think it's gonna make the brass look too silver. I'm gonna add even more silver highlights. I'm not sure. Maybe it's an excuse. Maybe it's smart. I'm not happy with the consistency right now. don't want to add too much, just here and there. A little bit to break up those surfaces. I think also one important thing is to switch up the angle a lot when you do the scratches. I catch myself a lot of times just going through these scratches and all of a sudden they're all from the same angle. But switching angles up is very important to make it more believable. Just not happy what this brush does to me. It's okay. It's not horrible, but for some reason we are not friends yet. This is a new brush. We are not friends yet. It's a tip, it should be good. Shouldn't be that bad. Do you know this phenomenon that sometimes you need a while to really get used to a new brush, even though it's the same model you just used? It takes a while for it to warm up. I don't know what it is. It's like a new relationship. Yeah, those tiny scratches are like way more precise and for some reason. It might almost not be visible on stream, but it's kind of a nice effect. Change the angle, like we just told ourselves. Sorry for being very quiet and just concentrating and looking to get this stuff done. It's all the same all around. she made nice cakes. Nice grammar. What a nice grammar. Should be good. I think we're good. Maybe one more checkup and then we'll call it a day for these metal parts. And maybe we can get going on some other stuff. I still have some of the orc's skin recipe on my palette. So we could do a little fix there. Since I'm not too happy with the skin yet. I know it might look okay-ish, but there's so much to improve on. Oh yeah, I know what I wanted to do. I didn't only want to do battle damage, I wanted to do recess shade as well. Oh yeah. Let's mess everything up. So far so good. What is important to me to also get into these reflecting recesses. There's gloss varnish in there and the recess is gonna shine back at you. It's gonna kill this illusion that there's a part underneath. But then I'm gonna varnish it in the end. So all the glossy bits won't be shiny anymore. Are you mainly using GW paints, Mr. Late? And are you actually AC's older German cousin? Who's AC? Sorry. If you say yes, I will believe you. Yes. Yes, I am. I don't know who it is, but you're probably right. Yeah, your first question. Do I mainly use GW? Yes, mainly, but not exclusively. There are a bunch of colors from Vallejo, some AK colors, but that's about it. I use AK, I use Vallejo, and I use Citadel. The more I look at it, the more I want to add those highlights to those scratches. But I'm not gonna do it. Don't do it. That's another rabbit hole. This always happens to me. If I paint something that I haven't painted before, I just get lost in all these little side quests. I'm like a kid in a candy store. I'm just like, I want this. Oh, look at that. Oh, I have to go over there. AC Miniatures. I have to look this guy up. I saw him 100%. I'm just a little slow right now. AC, yeah, I know this guy, but I don't have a picture in mind right now. Gonna look it up. I'm kind of curious. I find it funny if people have these comparisons. I've absolutely watched a video of his. But right now I'm not having any picture in mind. But I believe you. You probably can't see this angle. It's hard to get to. Especially these recesses where you can definitely see brass base coat in there. I want to darken it up so it just looks like a dark recess. Maybe even add a little bit of black into it as well, because it's connecting to a metal part. Should maybe be even darker. But what I hate is when, hate is a strong word, but what I dislike when you have these parts is when it is reflecting in a way that it really shows you your mistake, where you spilled over to another part. And with metallics, it's very unforgiving. Your lost cousin, just blonde. Yeah, my hair is getting really long, man. Haven't been to the barber in almost a year now. I mean, that used to be long all the time, but currently it's pretty long. Oh, Galloway, thank you so much for the raid, brother. Thank you so much. Welcome, 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 everybody. We are still painting this orc. Making some progress, but we're still... Oh yeah, there's still some stuff ahead of us. We're almost done with the true metallic metals that took us quite long. It took us almost 3 streams, I think. Drop the brush, give me treats. And I gotta shout you out, man. Give me a sec, I'm shouting you out. I don't even have Twitch open. What kind of streamer am I? Alright. Alright. Shout out. Oh, I messed it up. Give me 1 sec. You're welcome, buddy. Thank you so much. Yeah, we're making progress. This white tarp on his chest is still looking pretty glaringly unfinished. But it's gonna be one of the next parts for sure. I might do his boot first, and the black parts. Is that gonna be black? We're gonna do a checkerboard on there. It's gonna be checkerboard on there. There's gonna be checkerboard pattern on his knee of his little stumpy leg, and there's gonna be a checkerboard on his shoulder. That's gonna be fun. It's gonna be feeling way more orcish. How much time so far and how much left would you guess? I think I'm like 15 to 16 hours in now, so a long time. But streaming is a little bit slower, I feel. And left, I'd say like 2 to 3 streams, and I stream around 3 hours, so let's say 6 to 9 hours, I would say, are left. Pretty long. Over 24 hours for this guy, I think. Over 24. But I'm taking my sweet time. Right now I'm not rushing. No, it's not a Golden Demon project. No. I mean, some bits now could be up to quality. Like his claw, I think, is pretty neat. But his skin isn't there. It's not perfect enough. It's too patchy and it's not smooth. Yeah. I'd say that the true metallics are pretty decent now. Not perfect, still missing some polish, but yeah. If I needed to turn this into Golden Demon, what would I do? I would close all these gaps that are left from building. I didn't build this guy. It was a friend of mine that gave me this miniature. I would look for this stuff to just close it all off. I would redo most of the skin and just make it as perfect as possible. Hey, War Fanatics, thank you so much for stopping by. I really appreciate you. And also, I would love to see you in the next. Have a great evening. Enjoy your painting. I hope you have some great projects to show off very soon. Looking forward to them. Fill the gap seams. To be honest, I would probably use milliput. I would, yeah. Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much. I would use milliput. I would just place a tiny little bit on this gap, and with a wet brush, you can blend it from left to right. As long as it is not hardened, you can blend it. It solves or dissolves in water a little bit, so you can definitely bridge those little gaps here. That's what I would do. This way you don't even have to sand it down, because when you have already painted it and then you add some milliput and then you have to sand it, you're most likely going to damage your existing paint job. But with using a wet brush, you can kind of move it around. Try wetting it. Not too much, but a little bit. No, my friend just gave me this model. Like, can you paint this for me? And I'm like, dude, I almost have no time. I have so many projects. I want to compete, blah, blah, blah. Me trying to look busy. But at some point when I was painting the Ork Iron Jaws, it was perfect for me because I could try out the skin recipe. And now I picked it up because I needed some warm up again for my Golden Demon project. And I think this is perfect. This gives me like 24 hours to really dive into a paint job again and build up my precision and brush control and all this kind of jazz. I don't want to start with a Golden Demon project cold, with not having painted anything. You could wet your hands a little bit, but typically I don't. Sometimes I use gloves. You have to deal with milliput sticking to your hands a little bit, because when you wet it, you're gonna have more on your hands because it gets way more sticky. Not really sticky, but like clay. When you wet clay, it leaves a lot of residue or a lot of stuff on your hands. No, usually I just mix it up, the amount I want, the amount I need. I place it where I want it, and then I start using a wet brush to blend it. And it can also help when you just want to give it a final smoothening. Yeah, it can be kind of tricky, to be honest. It's not that hard, but getting the hang of it can be. Once you get it more and once you get more used to milliput, it's amazing. Not very much limitations. You could also mix it with green stuff as well. That's what some people do. Yeah, let's just paint his boot. It's a great opportunity to show some highlighting on a small part. Because painting black can be a challenge for people. And it is to me sometimes too, actually. But maybe I can show you some stuff I do to help me with it and to make it not appear just gray. That's very easy to happen, that black just turns to gray because you highlighted it too much. Let me focus up again. Sorry for any inconvenience here. I want a solid, nice base coat. The varnish was darker than the black base coat. Through the matte finish, it appears somewhat charcoal, like charcoal. But that's just how Abaddon Black looks. I was looking for different blacks, for different acrylic paints and different brands to see who has the blackest black. And then I found this kind of special paint. Where is it? I have it somewhere here. Do I? Oh no, it's here. I can show you. I don't know if you ever saw it, but it's like this magic black paint that when you paint it on, it's not reflecting any light. Yeah, but Vallejo is very good. This stuff is this kind of this magic black that will just look like void. And I wanted to try it for recess shading or just using it in general, but for some reason it's toxic, so I'm not sure how to use it yet. And if it will stay on the model, what happens if you varnish? If you varnish it, it's gonna look like any other black part, because I think its darkness comes from not reflecting instead of just being super black in color or in the value. But yeah, I gotta try Vallejo Black. I think it's very dark. I just want something that is really dark. While base coating, I'm also removing any spillage that I might have created from my previous painting on his pants. Also, turning your miniature helps a lot. I gotta sneeze. Do I? I don't know. Maybe. Yeah. Holy hell. Excuse me, guys. Excuse me, chat. But after the base coat, we can go right into edge highlighting. I just wanted solid, nice, and clean, and with full coverage from every perspective. A solid, clean base coat is so key to everything else you do as well. You don't have to go for a solid, clean base coat, depending how your intent is for the look. Oh, you've seen the stuff in the UK? It's really expensive. I can't remember what I paid for it. It wasn't very cheap, but I can't remember it being super expensive. Maybe like 12 or 13 bucks or something. Still really expensive for a bottle of paint. Yeah, please ignore my super messy palette. Not a good example. Should be looking way cleaner. But I threw one of these sheets into the trash already, and I had to get it out of there as well. Again. I mean, I'm not throwing food in there or anything, but I got rid of it too early. I thought I didn't need those paints anymore. I think we're good on the base coat. Some spots. Yep. Okay, 1 second. Gotta load some of my grays onto the palette. And now we can use a new palette, a new sheet. Yeah, the coal black. Yeah, it might be similar to this, but can you see that? That it's, let me zoom in. You can kind of see that it's like a dark gray. It's not black. Okay, next up, what do we need? We need... Yeah, Ashen Gray is good. We can mix it 50-50 with Abaddon to get a smoother transition. Color bomb palette. Means that you know what to do. Yeah. I hope so, a little bit. That's my vortex shaker, guys. Sorry for the noise. I have to change the position because it's right next to the mic. And when I watched the VOD yesterday, I jumped. All right. So now I'm looking to make a 50-50 between Abaddon Black and Ashen Gray. I carry over as much black from over here to the other sheet as I can to not be wasting too much paint. Also, we don't need crazy amounts. Golden makes a nice carbon black as well. Lictax has a dark black, but it needs a matte coat after. I never tried those brands, to be honest. I've always been using Citadel, Vallejo, and AK, and I have to try more stuff. There's a good black that I have. That is this. This is like a fine artist brand. Really expensive, but really good as well. And they are large, so I can paint a lot of Black Legion with that. Getaway paints. What camera do you use? I'm looking to get one for my streams and content. I'm using a Lumix G7 for my painting cam. The one where you see my painting action, and my face cam should be a Lumix DMC or DMC, I think, 85. It's just a very similar model. They are both quite similar. I just the thing is with Lumix that I can tell you right now, the autofocus is not like some other cameras. It doesn't. I couldn't get it to just automatically focus. I have a remote here, so when I move my model around, I can just push the remote button and adjust. But yeah, a Lumix G7 is basically my main camera. It's a full body kit. I need more Abaddon Black. Where did I put it? Am I blind? I've been using it yesterday. Oh, it's on my vortex shaker. Good morning. I've been branching out recently too. Bought some Holbein ink in the 3 primaries. Cracked the magenta the other day, and it was very nice. Oh yeah, just going out of your comfort zone sometimes can show you so much more. What is out there? Different colors, maybe. I have a very specific color palette sometimes too, and sometimes it's really good to just stray away from it and try something new, get a new perspective, level up. Yep, that was the biggest pot of black mini paint I've ever seen. It's not mini paint, it's just regular artist acrylics, but to me it's mini paint for sure. So you're not wrong. You're not wrong there. I lose stuff on my desk right in front of me all the time. Yeah, especially when it gets messy, right? Is it for you guys the same then? That when you're almost finishing your project, you're very close to finishing it, your desk gradually becomes more and more messy. And at the end, it's just a big pile of junk everywhere. Tools, paint pots, glue, what have you. Getaways, thanks for having a stay here after your stream. You must be tired now as well. I really appreciate you hanging out, enjoy your company. So hope to see you again. And I'm gonna check out your stream too, if I can catch it, if I'm not streaming myself, of course. And I love to return the favor with a raid too. So thank you so much. Have a great evening, man. Buys 5-gallon pail, paints mini with it's mini paint. Yeah, isn't that the right logic? I think that makes sense. So right now it looks like I'm not doing anything, but I'm looking to build up very carefully this black. The first layers are the most important to create this nice glow effect of edges. If you just paint the final highlight along those edges, it could be very crisp and very neat, but you would see it. That it's not a volume, it's just a line on top of black. It's not a, doesn't create any volume. For sure, it's enough for tabletop standard or for your own enjoyment and stuff, but if you really want to push it to the max, build up your edges very carefully and place your darker edges. What am I going to say? How am I going to say it? Make your darker edges, your first edges, broader, bigger, more chunky. Goodbye, mate. Have a good evening. Yeah. It turns into a mess. I don't know why, because we are so focused on our projects, I guess. It doesn't matter. And sometimes I feel like I get easier into my flow state when everything is messy. I'm kind of in this fever dream, this art fever dream, and I'm just moving, I'm swimming. I became water, my friend. And I feel that with gaming too, because I'm a little nerd. I like to play video games too. And if I play like competitive games, RTS is what it is for me, or maybe some FPS. When my desk is like a total neckbeard station, I play better than when it's totally cleaned up and everything is fine and dandy. I guess I'm in a ghoul is in his element then. The base coat is not 100% back there, and it will look messy. And when your base coat isn't 100%, you won't be seeing all those edges, all those slight hue changes at all, because everything is messy. The cleaner the base coat is, the more you're gonna notice slight changes. Oh, you have you have OCD. I have to clean my paint desk. I feel guilty if I don't. I wish I was joking as well. Lol. You know, I'm either super messy, but at some point I just get that urge and then I have to clean everything and then I'm gonna clean for 3 days and go absolutely crazy and it's gonna look like in a catalog. But then it all turns to shit as well, to shit again, and I have to start from zero. It's like night and day cycle, you know. It slowly becomes dark, and then it slowly becomes day again. on the backside of his boot, it's still a little messy there, not covering 100%. Am I in focus, guys? Kinda. Yeah. Why is the therapist always right, man? Why is he so smart? Why is it so patchy? It feels like no matter how many layers I add, it's patchy. It almost feels like there's chalk in there. In the water. And it just leaves this slightly patchy whatever. I'm just coping. Just big copium. Yeah, let's work with this. Also, I'm using a big brush. This is a size 2 Raphael. And with this model, it's pretty big, as you can see. But I think for chunky edges, that's totally fine, because they still have a pretty nice tip. I wouldn't do final edges or detail work with it. It's too rough for me. But for chunky edges and larger highlighting or shading, this is perfect. Yeah, for you guys, for you, it must be almost not visible, those changes here, but it always pays off later on to make them a little bit broader, because otherwise when you paint your next highlight over it, it's gonna cover the previous highlight, and I wasted so much of my time just highlighting in vain, because my final highlight would just cover everything, even though I spent days creating those chunky or not so chunky highlights before. And now I'm way more aggressive with creating those chunkies, those chunkers. Want to glaze a little bit towards his tippy toes. Create a small gradient. We don't have to be insanely precise with these. Just try to not cover recesses that should stay dark. It almost doesn't look like Ashen Gray. It looks like Dawnstone to me now because I've painted so many dark values that look so bright to me now. It's like when you come from the highway and you're back into town and all of a sudden it feels like you're not even driving because everything seems so slow. And when I look for these edges, sometimes it's hard to see where it actually is. So when you move it against the light, where the light catches the part is, or his little foot, that's where I try to just paint along those reflections. It looks long for size 2. I think it's just the model. It is a Raphael Kolinsky France 8402. And that should be the model. And they are just made this way. I mean, they hold a lot of paint. For base coating and this kind of stuff, they're amazing because you have extended painting time. Yeah, well, thank you, Pointless. Yeah, join the Discord, guys. I'm in about 30 minutes or so. I'm gonna take a look at Discord, and I have a channel in there called Live Review. If you want some feedback, anything, just post in there. Answer the 2 questions. When did you start painting and what's your goal? And I'm gonna tear you apart. No, I'm not. Just post in there. I'm gonna take a look, and if you need feedback, that's a possibility. Or if you just want to post your work, I have a It's Finally Finished channel where you can post your finished work, or a work in progress channel where you could also share your current projects. Love to see you in there. I'm just trying to build a nice little community of passionate painters that like to have a chit chat. People who look for constructive criticism or just helping each other out, becoming a better artist, a better painter. And just a chill environment. By the way, guys, I wanted to show a model yesterday that I brought from the store. I work at a hobby store in Germany. And I had something on display there. Thank you so much, Obian. Thank you so much. Glad to have you being part of the fam. Bless us with your work. But yeah, what was I saying even? I have no idea. Was just yapping. Man, even if you think, or if you're just a beginner, or you are not this artsy person, but you enjoy looking at it, don't worry, man. It's no worry. And if you need some feedback, if you want to improve, and you maybe have no pointers, or you don't know where to start, yeah, you're always welcome to share your stuff. Nobody's gonna trash you or anything. We all started somewhere, man. Not all of us are full-time artists. We just enjoy the hobby. We improve and this kind of stuff. You can see a little bit. I'm gonna start adding pure Essen now, and I think it's gonna be super bright on here. Here it is very important to not make it too thin. You're tempted to be very precise and very thin with these highlights, but that's for later. Now we want to create those chunkies. And they have to be chunky so they shine through at the end. It's really important. And now you can definitely see the first highlight there. Yeah, we can trash talk, it's no problem. No. Like, I can give constructive criticism if somebody asks for it. You know, if you go into live review and you say, like, I'm painting for 3 years and I really want to get better, please tell me what can I do to get better. I will be honest, of course. I won't be trashing anybody, but I will do my best to give pointers where to improve. And if that means that I'm gonna say, like, this is at a stage where you could improve, that's not meant as this looks total garbage or anything. Just trying to be constructive, and you have to mention things to be able to attack them, to be able to work on them. And I really enjoy that. If somebody who, of course, has a sufficient background and he tells me, dude, the contrast is too weak. You really need, or you could use deeper shades there, or your highlights are too thin, they get covered. It can hurt a little bit, like you spend so much time on your model and you are maybe a little bit insecure about it. But in the end, if it comes from the heart and it's aimed to be constructive, I think it's super valuable. It's one of the most valuable things to talk about things directly, not trying to sugarcoat everything to the max, just not to offend anybody. I mean, That's why I ask in my channel, what is your goal? If your goal is to just improve a little bit for tabletop, I'm not gonna go as hard. But if you want to do competition painting and you need pointers and maybe you're hard stuck, I can be very direct without being a douche. I just think it's very effective if you target issues directly. And then again, it's just my opinion. Maybe I misunderstand you, you know? Maybe you want something totally different and I just got it wrong. That's possible. Yeah, I think miniature painting should be more like battle rap, dude. Should be more like battle rap. Let's just flame each other into oblivion. Do you? Are you going to do a work in progress session then? Which is super interesting, I will say. Most likely will. It depends on what exactly you have in mind, like a work in progress session when you have something you're working on and you need in between feedback. I would totally do that. If you post in live review channel, I will take a look at it. Just give me a little bit of context, you know, so I don't give you feedback on something you're probably not even looking for, or are missing feedback that you are looking for. Just let me know what you need feedback on, and or you could ask me what I like about it as well if you don't want to hear it. It's just a possibility for someone who was looking for that kind of stuff. I mean, right now I love to talk to artists who I like and ask them what they think. And then advice is not always the right thing. Sometimes you gotta do you. Maybe he's right, maybe he has a point, but in the end you gotta do what you like. Yeah, a monthly challenge, something like that. Should be fun. Oh yeah, there's some nice stuff out there for sure. Me as well. I'm just glued to the screen whenever Golden Demon hits and all these crazy paint jobs get published. And also on Instagram, there are so many great painters like Shogun40k, who is in here. His work is amazing. There are so many crazy painters. Looking to buff up the tip of his boot here. And I will have to blend it back a little bit with just black. But thin down. I don't want full coverage, I just want to take it back just a little bit. Your English cousin has a 3-hour VIP session. It's brilliant. Oh, all right. I really have to look at his channel after this. You made me curious now. I want to get to know my extended family, you know? Sorry. My big head is in the way. I want to highlight his cough a little bit. Maybe we can even make this top highlight a little bit chunkier. It's a bit thin. Oh yeah. Man, I know that too. Sometimes you're just not in the mood. But picking up a brush and just doing a little bit sometimes can help, but there are times where you just have to rest a little bit, in my opinion. Just taking a little break. It can improve you sometimes to take a little break. It's like sleep learning. When you go to bed and the next day, for some reason, you're better at what you were trying the day before. Yeah. 3-hour VIP session. Is this like what exactly is this? Is this people all painting the same model in 3 hours and then you show off what everybody has done? Or is it like, what is it exactly? Yo, Xavos Dark, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the stream. I need Dawnstone. Sorry for the noise. No problem, man. Keep talking about all the content creators, all the streamers. It's no problem. I don't even see it as promotion or anything. We're just talking about content. No worries, mate. You can always talk about it. Thanks for bringing that up. It's not rude at all. You don't have to apologize at all. It's fine. Thank you for bringing that up, actually. I think I'm looking for ideas, you know. I'm looking for ideas for my stream too. What can we do? Some cool stuff we can do together. Yeah, vortex shakers are a life changer. They are certainly a life changer. But yeah, like I said, please keep bringing that stuff up. I like it. I think this is the last stage of highlighting that I'm gonna do with this brush, because now we're starting to need to be very precise. And I'm not used to these brushes that much, so what I like about them is that extended painting time that you get, because they hold way more paint than smaller brushes, which dry out way sooner or quicker. But then you sacrificing this for precision. Unless you're super used to it. I see some painters just go crazy with these brushes. I mean, I can do it too mostly, but just don't have that practice. But if you just paint with the tip, you can create some crazy neat lines, actually, I feel. Hey, thank you so much, Muzz. Thanks a ton. Love to hear that, man. Glad you enjoy it. Of course, I'm not jumping around as much as some other streamers do, but my main focus is on sharing my thought process behind what I do. That's something I always liked when people do that. It makes it easier to understand what is happening. And also present some high-level competition painting, hopefully. Especially on my next project, where we'll go absolutely ham. And also interact with you guys, having a chill time. We will develop as well as a streamer and as a stream too. I'm doing this for like not even 10 days now, so my English is gonna get better. I'm gonna get more used to painting on stream and keeping stuff in focus. Yeah, we can do paint challenges. We could do like a mini competition. Maybe a friend of mine could print some funny little trophies. I don't know. There's so much stuff we could do. It's very early still, so let's see what you guys like the most, what I like the most, and we're gonna try out stuff. First of all, it's gonna be full focus on Golden Demon this year. This is gonna be my main focus, and that's gonna be the main content until October, I think, with some stuff in between. But it's gonna be very hard focus on pouring my soul out on a miniature. Yeah. I could split commentary too. I might do YouTube videos at some point, do some tutorials, or there are many ideas I have. It's just so many options. And I'm still juggling with my settings, camera angles. I'm getting a new desk, so everything is more sturdy. The lighting situation in here is still a little bit messy, I guess. Or not messy, dark. It's dark. It's dark in here. I want to improve on that too. When in actuality it's not as dark as it looks on the stream. Just the camera does this thing. I think I have to blend back the black a little bit. It's a little bit too gray here. And I still want it to appear black and not gray. I push it a little bit far. I always try to be honest to myself. And if I see something and it feels off, I ask myself, okay, why does it feel off though? Oh, it feels too gray. Okay, what can we do? I could paint or glaze back a little synth black to reduce that effect. And if I can do something, I will do something. Most of the time. But I reckon late should focus on Golden Demon and then work on the challenges, etc. I mean, I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna have some ideas, but I'm definitely gonna focus on Golden Demon mostly. That is gonna be the first thing. And after Golden Demon, there is a lot of time to do all kinds of things. A lot of pressure is off after that. But even though it's still 5 months, I have a bunch of stuff I have to do until then, and my paint jobs can take a while. Oh yeah, best paint mixer ever. You mean the vortex shaker? Cheap hobby drill and a short. Oh no, and a short length of a 8mm piano wire, spring steel, insert down bottle nozzle, turn on, perfect mix every time, including metallics. Wow, that's a life hack right there, guys. That's a life hack. That's crazy. That's so smart. Because vortex shakers are expensive as heck. They can be. There are cheaper ones, but when I bought it, I thought, okay, you're gonna use this thing for a long time, so don't get the cheapest one, or you're gonna buy twice. I don't buy the most expensive stuff most of the time, but for stuff like this, for machinery or things that move a lot, I try to get decent quality at least. But that's no guarantee anyways. Yeah, we will take a look at Discord in just a moment. I usually stream around 3 hours. It's gonna be longer streams doing Golden Demon, I think. I'm not sure if I'm gonna stream. I'm gonna stream most of it for sure. Maybe not some of the priming with airbrush because I don't want to get paint on my camera lenses. I need to buy some plexiglass or some plastic to put in front of them to protect them. But it's super boring anyways. You're just spraying black primer on miniatures. Not that exciting. I even considered painting it all by brush, base coating and priming it all by brush. Why would I do that? And there's a good reason for it. Why to do it with a brush, even though it's super slow and tedious and annoying. One thing you don't get when you base coat a miniature or prime a miniature that you haven't painted anything similar to before is you don't get to know the model. When you move your brush over the model, even while base coating or while priming, you get to know the model. It's different than just turning it a little bit and spraying it from all angles. When you get in there with your brush, uh, you get to know the shapes and how it flows. I think it's a good preparation for a project like this. It's slow, but that's an advantage. And then when you start shading and soft shading and highlighting the model, you already know its characteristics. At least we started on the foot. Yep. Okay, guys, we're gonna hop into Discord in a second. We're gonna leave this model as it is today. We started working on his boot, his black leather boot, and we're gonna keep working on that tomorrow. Also add these checker patterns on some of his armor. Yeah, and paint some black. Painting some black. So yeah, we're gonna check Discord now. Oh, a lot of stuff in there. Oh wait, my Stream Deck just died. I have to reconnect it. That should have fixed it. Oh no, it died again. What is going on? Hello? Brother? Don't die on me, brother. Oh, we're on desktop already. Oh god, we got the streamer tunnel. Sorry. Okay, let me roll over there. Move over there so I can actually see something. Oh, that looks good already. But you guys didn't post a live review. Do you want me to review that? Or I can at least look at it. I'm not gonna critique it too much. I'm just gonna enjoy it. Oh yeah, Schmutzli, one of my mods, he posted this one. We have to look at it. It's a little grot. And I like his color choices a lot. I like how he uses the green and he has like this purplish shadows. Can post where Discord. Can somebody post a Discord real quick? Otherwise, I'll do it. Just takes me a little longer from my setup. Where is it? Let me do this. Ah, dude, it doesn't copy it for me. Yeah, I'm not critiquing. I'm just looking at it. If you don't want me to look at it, tell me. I'm not critiquing it. I'm just looking at the stuff people have posted in work in progress. Also, he wanted me to look at this. I think it's an amazing bust. I also like the balance between magenta and teal. You have this complementary contrast going on. You have reds and greens. You have cold and warm. You have a warm shadow and you have a cold highlight. Oh, sorry, I think you can't post links, only mods can. Pointless, are you there right now? I have to get that link again because it doesn't copy it if I copy that link. It might be, I don't know why it is. No limit, never generate. But it doesn't generate anything. It's super weird. If I post it in here, I just copied it, it just says hidden use copy button. Well, thanks. Anyway, we're just gonna look at some stuff. I'm not gonna critique anything, I'm just enjoying what people posted. And I really like this bust. It's just so good. I have to post his Instagram. I'm gonna ask him if I can post his Instagram in here. And if you people wanna look at more of his stuff, he's really good at what he does. I really like this complementary contrast of green and red. It's very strong. Also, there's these very muted rim lighting here. It's really beautiful. Really love that. OBN, can I look at your stuff? Is that cool? I don't want to pressure you, but I'm just enjoying right now. Also, we have some finished works in here. Pointless. Let's look at this. Oh, I love that. That's Sylvanas, right? That's Warcraft. Wow. I played so much Warcraft 3 and wow. Really nice. Yeah, I like that. I like the contrast on there. Yeah, it's definitely fire. Yeah, cool little bust, man. It's really cool bust. I was thinking about painting some. Sorry. I was thinking about adding some maybe Warcraft models to my collection. Oh, more Warcraft, I feel. Yeah, the Paladin, man. Where did you get these from? Did you print them? Did you print them out? Really curious about those. Yeah, nice, man. Yeah. I would love to paint some Warcraft models, actually. Would be super fun. Some Warcraft 3 models. Or maybe even print out your WoW character and paint it like it looks in game. Would be pretty cool too. I have to look at it now. I'm just so curious, man. You're teasing me. Wow, dude. Oh, I love that. The purple is really good, man. Purple isn't easy to paint, so I really like this purple hair. It's super cool. And this glowy effect. I like that, man. Thanks for sharing. A post where? Are you on Discord already? Did you get the link? Maybe I can invite you directly for some reason. Or wait, give me 1 second. I think I can look it up. If I just scroll down here, if I can. You should find it down here. If you scroll down, there's follow me and then join my Discord community. And this should be a link that never expires. So I'm just gonna copy this, just in case you can't scroll right now. It's just hard for me. I'm using a touchpad on my laptop. It's just super awkward. Check it out. Yeah, the purple was super cool, man. Hats off to you for making purple work. So let me know if there's Discord link works. Would be happy to have you in there. Okay, let's take another look. Ooh, you just posted. It's you, right? Yeah, it should be. Yeah, that's nice. That's really nice volumetric highlighting. Great feel too. Feels very illustrated. Feels very nice. Also, orange and teal work very well together. And then you pick up the orange again on the base, which gives a nice flow. Like that. Skaven. Oh yeah. Old Skaven models. Oh, these are really neat, man. These are really neat. Oh, you posted and finally finished? I'm in streamer mode, so it's a little bit hard for me to see the names. It's finally finished. Oh, that has to be you. That is you. It's amazing, man. I like these models. Then we have some true metallic metal gun on here. Let me see. I like that. What colors did you use? Did you use a silver and shade it, or did you use like a brass base coat? I'm curious because, to be honest, that look is kind of what I was going for on my orc. So I would like to know what you used here. That's kind of the look I was going for. No, nothing is disappointing, man. I'm not disappointed at all. Also, the base is cool, man. It's a really nice base. It looks like an actual environment. You know, he looks like he's standing somewhere in the wilderness. Like he's so well integrated into that base, and also, I don't know, it's very subtle decisions that I like a lot. Those colors that pick up the colors of his armor again, and it kind of flows. I like those. I really like this guy. Very good job on the true metallics. Man, we have some talent in here now. We have some talented artists in here now. Cheers, everybody. Thank you so much for posting. Yeah. It might be simple, but I think that what works, because if the base would be too overloaded, that miniature would get overwhelmed by it. It's sculpted in gold with like milliput, metallic milliput or something. That's crazy. Thanks for posting, man. I really like your work. Really do. All right, guys. I'm looking forward to more of your stuff. I'm gonna be back tomorrow, probably. I'm just flowing. Oh, it was a 3D print. Oh, yeah, got you. Didn't even see it. Didn't see any layering. I like that. That's a cool thing. Yeah, I hope to see you guys tomorrow again. It has come. It's time to end the stream. I need to eat something. I need to chill out a little bit. I had an amazing time with all you guys. I'm really enjoying this. Having a chit chat with you, talking. It's super cool. It lifts me up. So everybody, tune in again tomorrow. We're gonna be back at around 8 p.m. again. Looking forward to seeing you guys again. Have a great evening. Thanks for watching. Love you guys, and have a great night. Bye bye. See you tomorrow. See you tomorrow, guys. Oh, 1 second. Gotta switch the scene. All right, there we go. Cheers. Love you all. I'm gonna raid somebody as well. So if you want to keep watching, stay in here. I appreciate it. See you tomorrow.